You're watching Trading Day. I'm Amber Canmer. We're watching shares of Eli Lilly surging here after the company bested expectations with one of its best-selling weight loss drugs. Not only that, they increased their outlook for sales. This coming in a time where it seems like Novo Nordisk is supply constrained with its ability to meet this rapacious demand for these weight loss and diabetes drugs. Lilly had been investing in production, and that appears to be paying off here. Let's bring in Evan Seigerman, Managing Director of biopharma equity research at BMO Capital. He joins us now. Evan, let's first just talk Eli Lilly in isolation, definitely delivering with its key drug.
Most definitely. I mean, they beat for Mounjaro and Zepbound, so the obesity and diabetes version of the drug. What I'm most encouraged, to your point earlier, was the $3 billion guidance raise mid-year. This means that they have absolute confidence in their ability to manufacture these products and meet demand. And I mean, Lilly's bouncing back from some, headwinds we saw earlier this week and last week, and it's really fantastic.
I want to unpack that, the magnitude of the increase.
Sure.
Increasing revenue forecast by $3 billion. When you math that out and you look at, their implied run rate for the year, could we see a meaningful upside to where consensus is right now? And is that in the stock?
Well, I'm sure. So a few things with that. I'm sure consensus numbers are going to come up today. Everyone's updating their models with that $3 billion increase. And I think folks may put in a little more because of the bullishness around supply, right? That's what's driving this whole market. The demand is there. These companies just have to supply it. In terms of what's in the stock, the stock trades, kind of two ways. One, on a DCF of what the potential of this market could be, but also on a multiple, the quality and the growth of the earnings. And days like today are what drive that multiple higher. One thing longer term that I think through is, what does that margin expansion look like? If you're selling $100 billion of tirzepatide, it's a pretty high margin product. And those earnings margins go up way over time, which helps, kind of modulate that multiple a bit.
You've also got to buy on Novo Nordisk. So let's put these two names head to head, because Novo Nordisk, the stumble seems to be on production, right? Meeting that demand. Do they get through that? Is Eli Lilly able to capitalize and race ahead? How do you think about that interplay?
I mean, this is such an arms race right now where supply is driving everything. Yesterday, Novo Wegovy missed by about 14%. Half of that was due to a gross to net adjustment, so a pricing adjustment from a prior period. So throw that out, but still you missed by about 7%, and that does indicate that they do need to make up their supply. I think Lilly is just showing how they are running through this with flying colors, really making solid investments and meeting kind of the expectations of the patients out there. So I think at this point, still the duopoly. But, if it were like the 100-meter dash, I could see Lilly starting to push ahead a little bit, like my Olympics reference there.
I did like your Olympics reference there.
There you go.
That's very good. I'm trying to think about, do investors own both of these? If they're inclined to be more conservative, which of the two maybe offers like optionality? We know eventually this runs out, right? And right. You don't want to end up with a Pfizer situation. Which we can talk about, because I know you also have a buy on that.
I cover.
But where's the diversified place? Who's going to be the best at taking this money and putting it into the next thing?
So Lilly is a much more diversified company. They have oncology, neuroscience, an inflammation business, and that's why they trade at a higher multiple versus, say, Novo. Right now, I still do like them both because I think a rising tide lifts all boats. Novo is up. Novo ADR are up 5% today, kind of on some bullishness around the whole market. So I think that you can own both. We do have some data points for Novo later this year, oral amycretin data in early September, CagriSema, some other, obesity pipeline updates. And then you have Lilly's pipeline updates next year with orforglipron. So you can own them both for now. I think the duopoly persists, but I am very closely watching the supply dynamic and seeing how they both meet the challenge. And it seems today that Lilly is doing a little better. They're almost at that GOAT status. Another reference to the Olympics.
I know. I wish I could do it, but I'm too much into this, into the biopharma. I mentioned Pfizer, so
it's all right.
let's talk about Pfizer. Maybe this will be the comeback kid coming from behind. That's kind of an Olympic reference, I guess.
Oh, I love it.
What are we going to do with this one? Just nothing. It does not get out of bed for anything.
Well, let's give them credit. They had two boring quarters in a good way. They upped their guidance by $1 billion. They didn't get a lot of credit for that. Lilly upped their guidance by $3 billion. $1 billion is still pretty meaningful. I think what's key with Pfizer is that we need some steady Eddie, no drama, right? Last year was a lot of drama when it came to revising COVID numbers, danuglipron, integrating Seagen. Let's get some steady Eddie quarters of continual revenue growth, do the cost containment program that their CFO, Dave Denton, is working on, and then maybe some clarity on how they play in obesity. Clearly, they are interested with their danuglipron program, not on a scale of Lilly or Novo, but could be a nice addition to the franchise later in the decade.